Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Jahan and I'm a video game vocalist and a video game concert producer. And we are back with another reaction video for one of the tracks of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Once again, thank you all so much for your comments. It means a lot to me that you're enjoying my content, especially given the fact that this is pretty new to me. So I have some really cool news to share. First of all, through a collaborative effort, my friends have provided me temporarily with a PS5 until I can afford to get myself a PS5. So you know what that means? That means, yes, that's right, I am going to be streaming Clair Obscur Expedition 33 relatively soon. I have to still see how to set everything up, but so many of you have told me that you really want to see my reaction as I play the game. It would be really interesting to see how I react to the music in-game. So don't worry, this is happening. Just give me a little bit more time to set everything up and make sure everything is all right. So another really cool thing that I want to share with you guys is that my video game rock band and I, Jiggy Tones, are performing at several venues this coming summer and fall in Germany and in Switzerland. So I'm going to list them right here. And yes, that's right. We are performing at GAMESCOM. Usually we perform there every year, but this year it's going to be pretty busy for us because we're performing at several venues there. So we usually perform rock and metal versions of video game music with my band, but sometimes we also do kind of like fusion style. Here's a quick preview of one of our performances. You'll never see it coming. Can't wait. I really can't wait. We are practically performing there every day, perhaps even twice. So this is so cool. If you guys are attending Gamescom and you want to come and check us out and say hi, please do. I would be happy to see you. If you guys have been watching my content and want to come and chat with me about anything related to video game music and soundtracks, it would be really awesome to meet you guys. Oh, one more thing. If you guys happen to like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, please check out my cover of the first opening theme of the very first season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Sono Chi no Sadame. I did the arrangement and I performed in it. I did also the video editing. And I brought in musicians, including a trumpet player, a trombone player, and a guitar and bass player. And this song is part of an album that was released as an April Fool's joke through a video game record label. We did anime music instead of video game music, so that was pretty fun. So please go check it out. All right, so guys, today we are going to be reacting to Monoco. So I had quite a few of you who requested this song because apparently it's quite different from all the other tracks from the Clair Obscur soundtrack. So I heard that the name Monoco is not just the name of one of the video game characters, but also that it's apparently the name of a dog from Sandfall Interactive. So I find it so funny because if you check out Sandfall Interactive's website, the dog is basically listed on their website as part of the Sandfall Interactive team. So I just find it so funny and it's so cute. And that dog looks so adorable. I love dogs. I love dogs so much. Yeah, I'm excited to see how different this track is to everything else that we've been hearing so far. So you guys know what comes next. Grab your favorite drink. I've got some coffee, typical, in my Sonic the Hedgehog mug. I'm a huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. And yeah, you know, sometimes when it comes to reaction videos, you gotta go fast, am I right? Rolling around at this speed of sound. Got faces. I got some on my nose Anyway, you guys didn't see that. Let's dive right into Monoco. Okay, I gotta stop here. Wow, this is so cool. I did not expect that. That is so different. You guys weren't messing around. This is so different. This is so different. Because we are so used to having this sort of so melodic and so, strings instruments and piano and, very like... Sorry, I'm just like choking on myself. We are so used to having music that is so melancholic. So this is like flipping everything around on its head and just like, bam! Like, we start with this sort of like weird kind of like almost kind of like almost like a Tibetan throat singing or something like that. Like, no, actually, let us say robotic Tibetan throat singing, basically, because this is so cool. And then the saxophone, are you kidding me? This is, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool. And the way he just like, oh, it's so smooth. It's just like, the style is so different. It is kind of like a little bit of a more fusion style, fusion rock, fusion jazz, fusion rock. I'm not sure, but like probably more fusion jazz. It's almost got a little bit of that Persona vibe to it. This is basically what I'm feeling, like Persona 5 or something like that. And especially with the saxophone. And then when you transition to the piano playing, the keys, wow, it is like, oh man, it's like, it is so cool. It is so cool. I could honestly just kind of like dance to that. Like, it's got such incredible vibe to it. I think that's why I'm smiling so much, because I love that style. And it's got this groove to it, So Monoco clearly is like a theme for a character, right? I'm getting like this sort of very fun vibe about this character. There's definitely something going on here, and it's so upbeat. It is so upbeat. And I think that is really kind of like a comment of the character. There's something about this character that is fun. And somebody told me, one of my friends actually told me, like, he's played the game, and he told me that I might like the character. So based on that music alone, I think I am having a very strong liking to that character. Okay, let us keep going, all right? Wow, that is so cool. That is amazing. The saxophone player, whoever, I'm wondering, is there a saxophone player? Who's the saxophone player? Who is it? Okay, there we go. We've got a saxophone player. Yuri Villard. Incredible. Okay, so, all right. So we do have a saxophone player, a keyboard player called Taras Kuznetsov. We have a double bass, Bruno Migliari. Sorry, I'm totally butchering that name. And the drums, Sergio da Silva. That is, wow. Like, I absolutely love the vibe of this, because it's got this, it's definitely some sort of like fusion, jazz fusion style. And I feel like there's a bit of some inspiration from the Persona soundtracks, basically. So I really want to quickly kind of like tackle on this point regarding the saxophone player because it's so fascinating because, when a saxophone player does his solo, playing on his own, everything is kind of like centered. Like when you listen to it, you feel like he's in the middle, right? But then when you have like more saxophones that are kind of like added to it, I'm pretty sure it's the same saxophone player, it is then panned to either side, and it gives this sort of really incredible sort of this sort of experience to this track. And then the keyboard player, my gosh, like when we have the keyboard player Taras that starts playing, like my gosh, like he is incredible with his playing. And it's the whole vibe that I'm getting from this is it's fun and even a little bit funny. Like clearly you can tell when they're playing their parts, they're having fun with this, they're enjoying the moment. So I want to quickly say that like the keyboard player is pretty amazing because in this track, you can hear at first he plays more of a kind of like some sort of like a pad, like a very soft sounding keys. And then he switches over to like a piano sounding keys. So there's like this, he's definitely using some sort of like a synthesizer to switch between the different types of sound for the keyboard to play. So it's really cool. And that's why it makes this transition so all the more incredible. You do have some moments where the keyboard is very subtle. It's in the background because the type of keys that are used is like more kind of like a pad or like a DX pad, I would imagine, like a very more kind of like softer sounding keys. But then when you get kind of a little bit later to later on in the track, you have a shift. The instrument, the sound of the keyboard changes into a piano. It's really cool because changing the sound of the keyboard completely changes the overall atmosphere and vibe of this track. When you have the softer keys in the beginning, it's just like it's more in the background and it's not so prominent. But then when you shift into changing the sound into these kind of like into a performance piano, it sounded like a little bit of a it's probably some sort of like a it's basically like one of those pianos, like from pads to piano. Like this, the sound is like the shift is so cool, and it clearly gives more energy when you use piano. Basically, it is really cool, and all the while, like you have the keyboard that is playing with piano instead of like the pad. It he clearly like is like doing these incredible chords as the saxophone is playing, and then adding like some little parts, like little trills or something like that, like a little set of melodies at the end. And what I really love about this is that when we get to the point where the saxophone player plays it off with the keyboard player, whose keyboard now has more of a piano sound to it instead of the soft pad sound that we had in the beginning, it is this fun energy. It almost kind of like feels like it's like a mix between being a duet, but also kind of like a battle or something like that. I can't really explain it, but it is so fun. It is so cool. And it gives this sort of, I really feel like shaking my head. You guys saw me react. Like I am shaking my head. This song is so cool. It is so cool. And I would love to hear that live, like in some sort of like a bar or something like that. Now, double bass, not gonna lie, I couldn't hear it so much, and it maybe has to do with the mixing. I feel like I have to take a moment to just re-listen to the song very quickly, so just give me a moment. Okay. I could not hear it so well at first because the double bass is a little bit more in the background. But when you pay attention to it, my gosh, that bass playing is wow. He play like Bruno Migliari. He plays it like a pro. I mean, obviously he plays it like a pro, but like double bass, like just kind of like playing that, like wow, wow. And we're not talking about like the regular bass. We're talking about the big instrument. He's playing it like, oh, I want to see that performance in a bar so bad now. So that is so cool. And drums. The drums are also pretty insane. They're also a little bit more in the background. Again, this is kind of like a mixing choice, but there's a lot of drum playing that is involved here. Like it is so incredible. It really kind of like adds this sort of like this groove, this vibe to it. Again, the drums are more in the background, but they are there. And like whenever the drummer is hitting on the hi-hats and kind of like it really it has this sort of like quick and snappy sort of energy to it. And it's really good. It's very, like I said, very Persona style, to be honest. So I'm just like, I'm listening to that and my head is like constantly bobbing. It is so good. It is so good. And it is so different from all the other tracks. My God. I am pretty happy with this track. I am pretty happy that I got to discover this. And now I really want to meet Monoco. I really want to meet Monoco and hang out with Monoco. Monoco sounds like a very fun character. I don't know who Monoco is, but sounds like a very cool and fun character. And, you know, again, this kind of like goes to show the talent of Lorien. Lorien, my gosh, like what I really love in the way that I'm discovering all the tracks, what I really love is that he is tapping into different styles and different genres. And I think he's putting himself to the test to see how good he can, you know, if he can actually compose in those kind of styles. And I feel like it really adds to the richness of this Clair Obscur universe. Again, we're coming a little bit back to the sort of contrasts, you know, strong contrasts within the soundtrack. And this time, not necessarily relating to kind of like classical or orchestral performances. This time we're talking about a different genre altogether, which is high energy compared to the mellow and melancholic sounds that we've been hearing so far. So this is so amazing. This is so cool. This is so awesome. And I really love this. I love this track so much. One thing I want to add to the soundtrack is that I think it's really good to see that Lorien not only tested different genres or, you know, composed tracks that are very strong contrast to each other, but I think it's also really good that he adds music that is a little bit more uplifting compared to what we've been hearing so far, which have been, you know, the tracks have been very melancholic, and this one is fun and it's upbeat. So it's good to have a sort of balanced soundtrack where, you know, you can have something that is melancholic and something that is upbeat, because I believe that when you have something like that in your soundtrack, you can either side will make you appreciate the other side, basically. So if you listen to something melancholic constantly, then the moment where you listen to something upbeat, that, you know, that makes you appreciate it so much more. And I think that's pretty smart of Lorien to actually have that in the soundtrack. So yeah, wow, this has been so much fun. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with this, and I really hope I get to see or hear this being performed at a bar live. I swear that would be so cool. All right, so this was The Unexpected Monoco by Lorien Testard. Wow, what a ride that was. That was pretty cool. What did you guys think of it? What did you think of this style, the performances? Did you expect this kind of high energy music? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what you want me to react to next, whether it's Clair Obscur soundtrack or another video game soundtrack. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a wonderful summer. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next reaction video. Bye bye.